Hey everyone, this is going to be your May 23rd real message reading. May 23rd, it's general, it's not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If it resonates with you, you can reach me at the links in the description box below for a personal reading. All the information is there, and it's pretty much step by step. Okay, so the baboon, the hare, and the tiger came out. The baboon and the hare came out together, and then the tiger came out by itself. Okay, so interesting. Baboon. In love and declarations of passion, heartfelt communication is the key. In love and declarations of passion, heartfelt communication is the key. I think heartfelt communication is the key no matter what. And I think it's important to note that love and passion doesn't necessarily equal romanticism or romantic love and romantic passion. You can be passionate about anything. And with the full moon in Scorpio that we just had, a lot of you probably are feeling a little bit more creative. A lot of your creative blockages were sort of cleared away. A lot of you got an abundance, plethora is coming to mind, of ideas. I'm seeing a lot of writing, painting. I'm feeling like I'm just splashing paint everywhere. So a lot sort of got lifted and a lot of desires got known, or you got to know your own desires and depths, for those of you that allowed that to really do what it does. And so it's important, I think, that the love and declarations of passion are not necessarily in a romantic way, but heartfelt communication is the key when it comes to this. And I actually posted a thing today, I don't know if I can share it on my YouTube. I wouldn't mind sharing someone else's video on my YouTube. But it was about vibrations and frequency, and how people's energy and frequency affects us, and how it intertwines, and how it's automatic, and how it is the place of no lies, and how language is designed to basically lie. And how the heart space, as I always talk about telepathic communication and vibration and frequency intertwining and mingling in the heart space, and it's our true desire. There's no lies that live there. You can't lie. It's the true intention, and that's kind of what I'm getting with that. It's like being authentic and coming from the heart space is always going to be the best. Honesty is always going to be the best policy, except for when it's not. Which is pretty much only if you're going to go to prison. The hare. Discernment before a passionate encounter leads to the magic of love. Discernment before a passionate encounter leads to the magic of love. These are all about passion. So, I mean, it's a very passionate time. At least that's the energy that's coming out for me. So, not necessarily romantic. And this is not the love reading. However, y'all know when it overlaps, when the energy is what it is what it is. And that's what it is. That's what it is. So discernment before a passionate encounter leads to the magic of love. So whatever you're passionate about, whatever is like really drawing it out of you, or you're being drawn to, and I'm actually hearing what I'm drawn to, and magnet, I'm hearing the magnet that draws me in, and I'm hearing the eyes. There's something about the eyes. Maybe the way that you see them, maybe the way that they see you, maybe the way that you've started to see or view the world, maybe the way that people have started to view you. There may be some sort of a healing process that takes place through the eyes, meaning you may just be able to gaze upon someone, or them you, and be able to heal in this way or in that way. Okay, so discernment before a passionate encounter leads to the magic of love. Discernment is always going to be your best friend. You should always pray for it, meditate on it, strengthen it, run everything through your filter, your heart filter, your spiritual compass. Yeah, I mean, discernment always, right? So discernment before, because not everything you're passionate about is maybe the best thing for you, or you may not go into it in the best way, even though it is for you and you are so passionate about it. So be sure to be using discernment before you have these encounters, because it will lead to the magic of love, especially if you're coming from the heart space, meaning you've ran whatever it is through the heart filter, not once but twice, several times, even over and over again. And then this last card here, the Tiger, passion and adventure beckon. Who's knocking? Passion and adventure, motherfucker. I just saw Samuel L. Jackson. Passion and adventure are knocking, right? Passion and adventure beckon. This seems so inevitable at this point for many of us. Use discernment, come from the heart space. And then we have another cat, all these cats. Walkers between worlds. There's something so otherworldly that's been going on lately. And it's like, it's right here. It's like the veil isn't thin. The veil isn't there. There's a storm coming. There is a storm coming. There's a storm been coming. In fact, I think some of us are right in the middle of the storm. And how beautiful it is. I love a good storm. I love a good storm. It's nature's way of cleansing, rehydrating. Things are surfacing, right? What is surfacing? Passion, obviously. Obviously. Passion, desire, okay? Think about what comes up after the storm. And I'm from the country, so I don't know if this is like everywhere, but I'm from Texas. And not just any place, but like a really, really country place in Texas. And after a good storm, all the crawdads come up to the surface. You'll see spiders everywhere. You'll see crawdads everywhere. You'll see snakes everywhere, worms everywhere, earthworms. You know, the birds come down and they just, I mean, flocks and flocks and flocks of birds. And because they can eat the worms and everything just right off the top. They don't have to dig. They don't have to, I mean, everything's just laying out. After a storm, everything that was underneath surfaces. And that is what is happening. That is what has been happening. Okay. And again, this faith comes out, but I will say, I have said, and I will say again, it's not a blind faith. It's not a blind faith. We're not just going in blind. We have something, I feel, very concrete. Now, it may not be necessarily tangible. You may not be able to hold it, but you can hold it. You know what I'm saying? And many of us are so gifted and are bringing to light more gifts. More gifts are actually surfacing. Okay. And even the gifts that we've had and that we've known we've had are even becoming stronger. And just when you think you couldn't be any more gifted and your faith couldn't be any more stronger, someone or something or somehow something comes along and ignites through this storm, whatever it may be, however it may look, that brings more to the surface, more passion, more discernment, more communication, more purity, more bonding, more healing. Some of us have been in a really dark space for a really long time, and I think that's okay. The violet flame, violet, not violent, but no coincidences, no mistakes, right? So maybe some of you have been feeling violent, but violet flame, right, is a very dark space, but you come through it and you come through it with light on the other side in this frequency shift. Okay, so I love it. I love the energy that we're in. I think it's amazing. I hope it lasts. I mean, it can. It's, again, I've said before, it's hard to hold on to. It's hard. It's not hard to get there. It's hard to keep it there. Okay, we're making adjustments. We're doing this balancing act. Okay, we are balancing our scales, balancing ourselves, balancing things within us, things on the outside of us. I'm hearing environments specifically. What is in your environment that needs to go or needs to stay or needs to have light shed on it? Okay, the Hermit, Virgo energy, Libra energy coming out. This soul's journey, this walk. And what does it mean with the Two of Cups coming out? Love, loving self, loving others. There's so much here to do with love and passion. Loving self, healing. There's so much healing going on. Finally feeling worth it, right? Going in and letting your light shine. Again, like I said, some of us have been in such a dark place for so long. And they're showing me the day that I realized I was light. I was always gifted. I knew I was always different. It was never an issue for me to connect on that spiritual realm. Visions and these things were never an issue since day one, literally out the fucking womb, and every other life that I've ever been here. But to realize that I was also light, that's what they're showing me right now. So some of you may be realizing in those dark places is where you had to go to find yourself, okay? You've had to go through the battles. You've had to walk through the flames. Okay, have faith in yourself that you will get through it, and you did get through it, and you've come out more balanced, more whole. You're able to go there to shine your light. And I don't feel like anyone is scared to go there. I feel like you're getting your power back. Okay? I feel like you're absolutely getting your power back and holding on to it. Again, like I said, it's not about getting there necessarily. Yes, getting there can be tough for some people, and it does look like it's been a tough run for some of you. It looked, like I said, it looks like it was a little tough for some of you to come out of that, but or to get through that rather. But it's more about holding on to it, and I feel like we're holding on to it. For those of you that have given your power away in the past, I feel like you're taking it back. And for those of you that have had trouble holding that space of divinity, I feel like you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. It's a constant conscious effort, but you're going to be fine. Okay, Ace of Discs, we're being given an amazing opportunity right now to rebalance, to heal, to go deeper within ourselves than we've ever gone. And by doing so, allowing ourselves to be in this somewhat vulnerable state for others to truly see us as who we are, and not really be ashamed of anything that comes forward, because look, we all make mistakes, we all grow, and I think it's through other people witnessing this growth that can be one of the most magnificent and just sort of raw, real, like hands-on, if you will, sort of lessons. Okay, just witnessing that growth and that transformation. And this is the opportunity that we are being given, and that we are knowingly or unknowingly sharing with others, because I do feel like we are being watched in more ways than one. Okay, the Ten of Cups. Okay, I love it. Okay, are we satisfied? It's coming under the Hermit. Are we satisfied with ourselves? Are we finally becoming content? Is it finally enough to just be where we are? Not to say that we stop growing, okay? But it's in that state of being content and okay with who you truly are that I think you're able to even transform more than you ever have. How do I say that? I don't know how to say it other than the way I just did. When you're finally okay with you, you grow in leaps. I mean, just like a slingshot. It's like, because you're not focused on, well, this is wrong, I need to change this, I need to change this, I need to change this, which is sort of this more negative thought loop and thought pattern. It's like, because if you got to fix it, then there's something wrong with you, right? But when you're content on this deep, deep level within yourself, you're happy. When you're content, you're happy. When you're happy, you shine bright, and you start to change without focusing on change, which is just so natural and so beautiful and so just effortless. And I think this is where many of us are. Okay, the devil coming out with the 10 of Wands and the 7 of Swords. Okay, I'm going to split the deck with the 6 of Swords. Okay, mirroring what? The Sun and the Tower. I love it. So I split the deck, and the 6 of Swords is in between the Sun and the Tower. All right, so we're leaving behind things that don't serve us. We're taking our happy back. We're allowing ourselves to be transformed. Okay, there's a science to this. All right, futility. Okay, which is, this is it can be deception, but it's also very strategic, and I love that it's coming with this science. It's like there is a science to it. You know, I think one of the reasons spirituality and science don't necessarily mesh is because they try to describe the same thing in different terminology sometimes. I mean, that's like the easiest way I know how to put it, but I think they actually mesh and sort of prove each other right on so many levels. And I think that's what's going on here. I also believe that we now know, in going through this, what is and is not beneficial about the ego. What can ruin us and what can lift us up, and how we need the ego, but it can't rule us, right? We rule it. You can't live in this realm without an ego. But I do feel like we're starting to go to those depths and see, like, how have we been hurting ourselves? How have we been hurting others? These sort of things, and let the light shine on that so that we can truly experience it, own it, change it, transform it, learn from it, and go forward, and not even just, it's like when the equation is right, it kind of just works itself out, is what I'm seeing. It's like, it's not a constant focus once you're in this energy. Okay, once we're here, we're content within, so we're much more balanced and even bringing in love on so many levels. But because it's not a constant focus, it's like we figured out the equation, we figured out the formula, which is being content. Okay, we figured out the formula. So now that the strategy is all worked out, just let it happen. Just let it happen, and it will, and it is. The 9 of Swords with the 4 of Swords. Okay, it is coming in reverse. I'm going to show you the upright, but it's like whatever the stress is, whatever the anxiety is, whatever the nightmare is, it's like whatever the fear, the cruelty, okay, we're calling truce. Okay, a lot of us are starting to understand the nature of duality and how we need it. It's what this place runs off of. but only here. It's not above here, which is why, I don't know, this nothing is so black and white, okay? Nothing is so black and white. We're calling truce, okay? We're going within. We're questioning things, and we are, in a way, answering our own questions all the time. I bet if you stopped and you thought of the conversations that you've had recently, you have been able to answer questions through those conversations that you're having with other people, answering questions that you had with yourself in your own space days ago, weeks ago. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're questioning something, you're trying to figure out something, and then a couple days passes, a day passes, an hour passes, a week passes, and you catch yourself having a conversation with someone, and in that conversation, you spit out the answer to your own question. Logic. Going forward at the game of life. I love this. It's more strategy. It's calculated. It's mathematical. It's strategic. We figured out the formula, right? But it's not like we're constantly focusing on it. It just is. It's like you put the formula in place. It's like an Excel program, right? Like, you put the little shit up in the bar, and then every time you hit it, it automatically does the math for you. Once you figure it out, once you accept it, once you are in that state, it happens. You don't have to focus on it. That's what I'm getting so strong here. It's all around us. So many eyes from so many places, so many levels, so many ears. It's okay. And it's okay. The moon looking right up at me as I say that with a huge eye. It's okay. You know, save that for another time. Talk to me. Maybe that's the end of the message, because nothing else is coming out. There we go. The devil. The devil. And you know, here, looking at the Baphomet, it's like I'm seeing balance. I'm seeing three-dimensional. I'm seeing putting something into action, right? Reprogramming the program or updating the software, right? To where now it has the formula. It has the equation. I'm not seeing the devil in I'm seeing the devil as more like a manifestation, an action. Putting something into action, putting something into place, right? With the Fool going towards it, right? This new effortless way, because we have the formula, okay? With the Queen of Pentacles here, right? We've figured out how to We figured out how to human. We are figuring out how to human. And spiritual at the same time, right? We're figuring out the balance, the masculine, the feminine, above, below, the formula, okay? Taking what is in the mind and bringing it down to earth, okay? Getting grounded, getting stable, okay? And continuing to move forward effortlessly. I love it. Let's flip these decks over. Strength. Strength. Love it. Love it. Rejuvenation. Followed by confidence. The Fool. Followed by the Knight of Cups. This is the offer that we've been given. Like we were given the formula. Maybe we gave it back to ourselves. Maybe it came from something external. Is anything really external though when you get down to the bottom of it? Maybe, maybe not. Depends on your perception, and then what is perception, and you're always allowed to change your mind. So that's where I'm going to stop it. I love you all so much, and I will see you next time.